But welcome, thank you for attending. I see some more people are trickling in. So the idea, right, was to create a Q&A section for the community, in part because people that work in planet Earth, at least in my understanding, and mathematics and modeling don't really talk that much to each other, in the sense, you know, if you're in the ocean, if you're in the atmosphere, if you're on the ground, if you do climate, or if you do regional or other modeling, you're different. And then if you do statistics or if you do computation, you're also a little bit different. And so we need to build a community so that everybody knows each other. And the way to build a community, the best way is to start with young people, right? There's young people that change the world. When you're old, you don't want to change anything anymore. And so, but on the other hand, if you have old people, you can still get advice from them. And so that's the idea of this meeting. So example of discussion, maybe you have ideas or questions about careers and jobs, either laboratory, industry, university, administration, government. You may have questions about education, you know, research advice. You may have questions about specific research areas. You may have questions about applied math, computational science, or data science. You know, it's always difficult for all of us to balance work and family. You may have some fun hobbies that you want to be able to continue, and you won't need to find a job where you have beautiful mountains or beautiful beaches or other places, and you want help from that. You may have questions related to your continent. You may have suggestions. You may have questions how to write papers. You know, how do you submit a publication? How do you get a job as an editor somewhere? What are the codes, data? How do you share codes? What's the efficient way to advertise your work on social media without sounding arrogant? That's actually something I'm not too sure how to do. But tips on service, like how do you get involved in service? How do you get involved in leadership? What are the things that you should do if you're interested into changing something or creating something new? And then, as I mentioned, on the organization of SIAM or the roles of SIAM, you know, that's also important to do. And then maybe you have some suggestions for us. So you have, as I will present them soon, Julie and Gerardo and myself that are there, that at the moment are officers of MPE, and Richard will also come back soon from his fire drill. And you may have some suggestions on things that we should do. And then there are plenty of things that I may have forgotten. Then here are some of the questions in case you're short, and I will put the slides, I will share them on the chat soon. Here are some questions that you may want to ask. You know, how do you get a job? How did you find your own job? How do you find an industry job that is related to SIAM and PE? Right. Other question, how do you identify impactful research topics? Like you may have your advisor that is telling you everything of what you should do, and maybe you want to do it in a different way and you don't know how, or maybe you're doing research and you have no idea if what you do is at all useful to anybody. What are key future research area for SIAM MPE? You know, what about data science and ML areas? Do I need to do data science today to be relevant in research? What is a good educator, right? Advisor. Can you learn how to teach? How do you start a company? Can you have a family life and fun hobbies if you do research? As I mentioned before, do you have fundraising tips? How do you write a proposal? What are pitfalls in doing that you should avoid? When should I write a paper? What are the best ways to write one? Should I start writing the paper as soon as I start working on something, or do I need to wait? How could I get a reviewer on an editor role? How do you start a topical issue for a journal? What good service exists that are good for your career, whatever you would want to do? And how did you become a leader at something? And what are ways that you can measure if you're a good leader or not? Then how can I get involved with SIAM? And can I start a SIAM group in my lab, university, or company? And finally, maybe you have some suggestions for MPE. So what are the future activities that MPE should follow? And so here are the breakout rooms and the panelists. And so maybe if possible, I think there are ways to highlight the person, but maybe you can say hello each of the panelists once we go through your name. So we'll start with Julie. So Julie is from NREL. And maybe you can give your expertise if you want, so that just
sure.
describe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. So I'm a statistician at NREL. A lot of my work is applied towards atmospheric science and environmental data. But I did start it actually initially as a pure mathematician in France when I was studying. And then I moved to the US as a postdoc, and then I have been here since then. And so, yeah, those are the topics that I'm happy to chat about, like careers in national labs, statistics and application, fundings, because at the lab, fundings are very important, and work-family balance or imbalance.
Thank you, Julie. So next we have Gerardo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gerardo Hernàndez Dueñas. I'm the secretary of SIAM MPE. I'm from the National Autonomous University of Mexico. I have been working in modeling atmospheric convection and related topics in geophysical fluid dynamics, but also in general in numerical analysis, hyperbolic conservation laws. I was organizing or starting a section, a Mexican section of SIAM in the country, and some SIAM chapters as well. So that's something that I could tell you what my experience has been there. I have had some interactions with other countries in Latin America. So if you are interested in knowing something about that, I can tell you what my experience has been there also. So I hope you can join me and chat a little bit.
Thank you. So next is Traian.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Traian Illiescu. I'm at Virginia Tech in the Department of Mathematics. I can tell you a little bit about my my experience with geophysical flows, geophysical fluid dynamics. I'm a computational mathematician. I'm doing scientific computing and numerical analysis, but I've worked quite a bit on ocean modeling, numerical methods for ocean modeling. I can tell you about university career, applied math. I'll be happy to talk about this, reduced order modeling in particular. Maybe a little bit about funding, NSF, mostly journals, and maybe work family imbalances, Julie said.
Thank you. Next, so Dan.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Dan Lu. I'm a senior staff scientist at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. My background is computational hydrology. So right after I got my PhD from Florida State University in United States, I've been moved to the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Now I've been here more than 10 years. So I can show you about my laboratory career. So, and then since most of my background is in the hydrology, so I can talk more about hydrological modeling, including the surface water and groundwater. And my most research interest in the uncertainty quantification, either quantify the uncertainty of the physics-based models or the AI machine learning models. And traditionally, I work on the physics-based hydrological models, and right now more on the data-driven AI machine learning models, like large language models, AI foundation models. And as Julie mentioned, working in the national laboratory, all about the funding, because we don't have teaching responsibilities, or are supported by the funding. And I have some experience writing successful proposals to both the Applied Energy Office and Office of Science under the DOE. And besides that, I serve some editorial board. And then if you have questions about how to do that service, I can show you my experience. And as you can see listed here, I'm a Chinese. So if you have some questions about Asia, I can also talk about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Richard, since he's back from the fire drill, I feel a lot better now that you're there.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about being away for the fire drill. Luckily, it was only a drill. My name is Richard Moore. I'm the Director of Programs and Services at SIAM, which means I oversee all of our conferences, all of our membership, all of our programs. I am happy to talk about the 23 different activity groups we have, including, of course, Math of Planet Earth, upcoming conferences, including the conference on Math of Planet Earth coming up next week, and how to start a student chapter, how to get involved in SIAM programs, different committees, etc. So I look forward to answering any questions about SIAM. I am myself an applied mathematician. I came to SIAM from a faculty position at New Jersey Institute of Technology in 2019, and my own research was on nonlinear waves, nonlinear optics, dynamics. So I'm happy to answer those questions as well, but feel free to ask me any of your SIAM questions in particular.
Thank you, Richard. So, and my name is Pierre, right? So I'm in the SIAM MPE, so I'm the chair at the moment, and I work in ocean modeling, data assimilation, and numerical methods and UQ and reduced order modeling. I'm happy to talk about presentations as well as many different topics that I mentioned there, from funding, editorial jobs, proposals, administration, service. I'm originally from Belgium, so I can talk a little bit about Europe or the US. And so with that, so thank you now to everybody. I am going to try to upload. I just don't see now in the new way to upload something file. Okay, got it. So I'm going to upload those slides so that you will have them. And during that time, maybe Richard, you can explain, we could stop the recording and you can explain like the rooms.